Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jump and today I'll be reviewing the second wave of DLC tracks for Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch, and it was released in August of this year, on the 4th of August of this year. And in this pack, like with Wave 1, we've got a bunch of new tracks, a bunch of them being from older Mario Kart games, with with one new track, that being Sky High Sunday, I believe, being that being the last track in the Propeller Cup. And I would say, in terms of tracks, these are some really interesting looking tracks. Some of them are quite strong, like Waluigi's Pinball Machine, Sky High Sunday, those kinds of tracks. But there are some tracks that I don't really find to be fun, mainly being Snowland and Mario Circuit 3, mainly because I feel like they're a bit too short, I would think, and they're kind of basic in terms of the design, because I feel like there are better Mario Circuit karts tracks, and I feel like there's slightly better snow tracks, and yeah, I would say like these tracks are quite enjoyable. I feel like they kind of adapt to the Mario Kart 8 formula, kind of like how the previous tracks in Wave 1 have done this, as well as the retro tracks in the original game have done it. And yeah, these are quite fun, and I think they're quite enjoyable. And now I'm going to show you some of these tracks in the gameplay. So in Wave 2, there are two new tracks, that being the Turnip Cup, or two new cups. That being the Turnip Cup and the Propeller Cup. And like with Wave 1, you've got a bunch of cups or races from previous Mario Kart games. But with Wave 2, pretty much all of the courses, apart from the last course in the Propeller Cup, are all from Mario or previous Mario Kart games. Unlike in, well, it's kind of the same. They're kind of the same. Like the last cup being, or the last race being the last cup being the being a new cup. So I think I understood. Yeah, I understood. So yeah, sorry, my mistake. And as well, the first cup, the first race in each cup, it's a tour cup. For Turnip Cup, it's New York Minute, and Sydney Sprint for Propeller. So yeah, and probably I probably have a few favourites, which I'm going to show you. So the first one is one of my favourites. I would say is probably Waluigi's Pinball Machine, which I'm going to show you now, and then probably show you the other two favourites that I have on this wave from the cups. Let's just turn off the smart steering. There we go. So yes, I think this is one of my favourites because, like, from what I've seen of the original Waluigi's Pinball Machine, this has been updated slightly. For instance, you've got the whole propeller thing, and I think this is a sort of remix, I believe, of the original Waluigi's Pinball Machine. And what I like about what is really cool is that anytime you get an item, you'll hear this. So yeah, you'll hear like a different sound effect, kind of like how in the Hyrule Circuit in the Trials Cup, how in that cup, anytime you would get an item, you would hear the whole Zelda sound effect thing. So that was quite cool. And also in this cup, in this race, I do like how you can just bounce like on these sort of like areas of the map, and also you can get crushed by the pinballs that's behind me. And yeah, this is a very interesting looking cup or race. And yeah, and I'm going to now show you one of my other favourite races in this wave. So another track that I like is Calamari Desert, and the main reason for it is mainly its second lap, which I'll show you when I get to it. And what I like about this, apart from the second lap, is that I think it's one of the few deserty type tracks that feels fun. It feels fun, it looks fun, and it's just I think it's just a really nice way of looking at a of a deserty, sandy type track. And I've got to say, this is a really interesting track because like you've got like, you know, small ramps here and there. You've got some gliding areas, some items you can collect along the way, and yeah. But what makes this track very nice, and what I think is one of my favourites, I would say, is mainly to do to its second lap, which we're going to get onto now. And about halfway during the race, you'll get to see, once we get around this corner, a sort of ramp. You'll probably see it soon. So yeah, so right there is a ramp that I'm coming towards, and not only that, but also you can go onto the tracks, which is also, which I think is really interesting, because like, I don't really know that many tracks that let you to go onto these kinds of areas. So I think this is a really interesting way of playing playing the track, because it's really fun, and you can like just go through the entire tunnel and stuff and hope you don't get hit by the train. I think it's quite fun. And now I'm going to show you the final track that I like. Now the final track is Sky High Sundae. I think it's quite nice because like the entire track is just ice cream themed, and also this is like one of the few tracks that's in all anti-grav. That's quite fun, and I just like how there's like kind of like this little high pace at the beginning where you can just hit like the barricades and stuff if you can. Nope. Okay, but anyway, I hit it once, and then you got like the split paths, and it just looks very colourful, I would say. I think that what makes this a highlight. It's just because like the colours and stuff don't overstay their welcome. It's just like that there is like all based on ice cream flavours, and it's really fun. And I do like how just everything is made of like ice cream, and it's like you don't really see that in a Mario track, because if you look at a track like Rainbow Road, and I think what makes them unique in terms of what they're designed of, they're based on like a rainbow, the rainbow themed, and depending on which track, each track will look vastly different. And this is very unique because like it's all based on ice cream and all the different types of flavors and stuff, and that's really interesting, and it's a really cool way of looking at a track. And yeah, so that's been it for the gameplay. Now it's time to go back to the review. So overall, I would say that the Wave 2 for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is quite enjoyable. There are some nice tracks. It is, I would say, a slight improvement over Wave 1, but there are some good tracks so far in both Wave 1 and 2, and whenever Wave 3 comes out, hopefully all the tracks are basically better, I would say. Hopefully that is, if when Wave 3 does release. But overall, I would say that Wave 2 has some improvements over Wave 1, but there are a couple of tracks, as I said before, with Mario Circuit 3 and Snowland, where they are my personal favourites. I feel like those are just too short, and they don't. I feel like they could have done something a lot. They could have tweaked it a bit, maybe, and made it a bit cooler. But they're nice tracks, but they're not my personal favourite. So yeah, overall, Wave 2 is a nice, enjoyable level. So that's been my review for the Mario Kart 8 Wave 2 DLC courses. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.